Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Heretic on the Black Plague Possesses the Difficulty, played through the Heretic plus Hexen re-release on the Kex Engine. We are doing all levels with a 1 start, and this is E3M9, the Aquifer. Let's begin by going straight forward, taking a right, grabbing the ethereal crossbow, and then getting out. And let's go up the stairway, swing our wand to wake up the Ophidians, and maybe some other enemies. But most importantly, let's dance a little bit between these pillars so that these enemies will start infighting with one another. Yes, like this. And of course, the classic stratagem is to never interrupt your enemy while he's making a mistake. And usually, these Nitro Golems and these Ophidians tend to infight quite well. And most of the time, the Ophidians win just about every infight. And once they've won pretty much all the infights, you can go up and clean up all these Ophidians. The tanky snake bastards. Should you take any damage in that, you can grab any of these pickups. You can grab any extra ammo. But most importantly, you want to go into this area to fight these ghostly Nitro Golems. I prefer to use the Elven Wand because it hits them every time. You get a silver shield, you also get the yellow key between these areas, but also, while you're here, you can get a Tome of Power. So now we have just about everything here. We're going to pick up this torch and then head into this area since we now have the yellow key. In this area, we'll be fighting some undead warriors and some fire gargoyles. There's a lot of fire gargoyles around these corners, so you can alternate between the Elven Wand and the crossbow if need be. I'm going to use the Elven Wand on the gargoyles, because we have plenty of ammo for it. You can also use it on some of the undead warriors too. They might drop some ammo for you, so it might be a pretty good investment if you want to get some extra arrows. And while we're here, see the strobing area? You want to interact with this wall and go into here to fight this Ophidian, who's guarding a Chaos Device. The tanky bastard he is. And look at that. We got an infight with these undead warriors who came down here. Now, of course, the undead warrior is very likely going to win those infights, but you never know. But let's alternate between the Elven Wand and the crossbow once again. And before we go through the store, this sector is also strobing. So let's open this wall up, take a right, use this little part of the wall for cover, because there are 2 Ophidians here. Yes, 2 of them. That's because they're guarding this Ring of Invincibility. So it's kind of hard to tell where it opens once it closes, but it's like right around here. I think it might need a bit of a more obvious sign if they can patch that, because it's kind of hard to tell how to get out from there. But anyways, once you finish that area, you can go through here, fight some undead warriors. I like to kill that one first because these guys are all bundled up in one spot, and without the one here, it makes this encounter easier. Anyways, before we go any further, we're going to grab this bag of holding, which is guarded by several disciples of the Sparrow. You can dispose of using the crossbow if you want. But since you have a bag of holding, if you so wish, you can do what I'm doing right now and grab these extra quivers. So now we're fully stocked on arrows. Isn't that nice? Before we go up and grab the green key, however, we're going to go through this dark, scary section. And it's scary because there are were dragons here. But it will be worth it, I assure you. So let's just go in and fire bolts right into their ugly mugs. You might get some bolts out of it as well, or arrows. Whatever they want to call them. And the reason why we went through here is because there's a phoenix rod with flame orbs. So let's celebrate by taking a sip of the sippy juice. And if you need it, there's extra ammo to go around. Plenty of it, as a matter of fact. But once you go through here and grab the green key, let's try to blow up these disciples. And if the projectile goes right through them because they flicker between being ghostly and non-ghostly, ideally, they'll be next to a wall, so you can blow that up and damage them with the splash damage. They were guarding this fire mace pickup, so it is very worth it to go through here. But we're not going to use it yet. Instead, we're just going to fight some more enemies with our trusty crossbow. Good old-fashioned workhorse weapon. But we can also get a good shot, potentially, out of these fire gargoyles. And likewise, with these Ophidians. Yeah, like that. Yeah, you see that dragon claw? In order to get it, you can also get the shadow spear here, but you need to stand on any of these flickering areas to get into the secret area with a dragon claw. And some ammo if you need it. And you can use this dragon claw to deal with this next section, which has quite a number of undead warriors. But the claw makes quick work of them. Likewise, it'll make quick work of these golems. And this guy is standing at the perfect angle to throw axes at you, so you want to be careful with that. Before we go any further, let's interact with this wall to get the secret gauntlets of the Necromancer. And we'll also go here to grab the Hell Staff. You want to be careful though, because this is a red ceiling, so it means it's a crusher. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but usually red ceilings equal crusher. So watch out for that. Anyways, here's where the big problems come in. When you grab the blue key, here come a bunch of Disciples of the Sparrow. And this will give you a prime opportunity to use that Hell Staff that you just acquired. And even if you take a bunch of damage from their attacks, you should have more than enough. You can even try to crush these guys. The only problem with that is there's a chance that if they're crushed and they drop an item, like say a Claw Orb, or even a Tome of Power, that item can get crushed, and you won't be able to grab it. Anyways, in both of these corners where the Disciples emerge from, you can grab a Morphobum and a Map Scroll. And the Map Scroll will show you all the things that you're missing so far. Like it always does. Because we grabbed it before in previous videos. But anyways, I think now is a good opportunity to use the Ring of Invincibility and the Morphobum. And the Shadow Spear. Chicken! Somewhat delayed, but we're just going to go around to this portal, grab the Wings of Wrath, and this counts as a secret. And let's use the Phoenix Rod and go around and punish all these Iron Liches for thinking they are hot sons of guns. They're nothing. You're nothing. You suck. You got no talent. And with the trusty Shadow Sphere, the tornadoes will not lock onto you. But again, just double check to make sure you got everything in this area. Because when you go here, you'll be able to get an enchanted shield, but also you'll be able to go through this place, which will send you back to the start. And we have 2 tomes of power. We could probably make use of those. And we can also make use of the Wings of Wrath right here. Just for the sole purpose of if you need any extra ammo, there's plenty to go around. Let's waste some ammo just to grab it. Anyways. Let's go right back through here. Since we have the Wings of Wrath, we can just fly past all these losers. And you know what? Since we have a Phoenix Rod shot left, yeah. And a Hell Staff, yeah. And here's a trope that I hope you're ready for, because you're going to be seeing a lot of it in the next couple of levels. Interact with the sword, and oh no, there's iron liches behind the door leading to the exit. However, with your trusty Hell Staff, it makes really quick work of them. So there should be a quartz flask here. And one more thing that you may miss, because it's kind of out of the way. It's actually really weird. We have to go back to the start again, because I believe when you go through the exit area, this door finally opens up, which has the last enemy guarding a Mystic Urn and a silver shield and some ammo too. Very strange secret, I'd say. But that is everything, as you can see. So all we need to do now is backtrack to where we were before and call it a day, huh? So let's... Alright, that's the Aquifer. And yeah, that last secret is pretty strange. I guess the only way that you would get it otherwise is if you go through this area first, ignore the outside area leading to the teleporter with the iron liches that are out and about in that water world area, and go through that portal, or use a chaos device to go back. It's weird. It's a weird secret. I'll be real with you. It's very weird. So weird that I'm knocking stuff around accidentally. Trying to adjust myself. Whoops. But yeah, it was always kind of weird like that, even the original. But, you know, there's not much else to this secret level. A lot of the things have stayed the same. The texture placements in certain areas, like that one secret where you get the Ring of Invincibility, it's kind of weird in this version at the very least. They might have changed it in the future, who knows. But in that place with the 2 Ophidians, it's kind of hard to tell where you need to go out from just an immediate visual glance. You might have to use the auto map, but even then, using the auto map might still baffle you somehow, like it has me in playtest when I was routing this level. Anyways, bumping things around the side, we are done with this video. And stay tuned for the next one, where we go back into the regular level rotation with the Ophidian Lair. But until then, I'll see you when I see you, so see ya.